Hello, hello, and now, today, I will be talking about The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 6. This is a variant cover. None of this happens in the comic book. Oh look, a useless page. So, in the previous issue, a bunch of stupid crap happened. It didn't matter. And in this, a bunch of other stupid crap happens. So, Boomerang is Spider-Man's roommate, and Black Ant and Taskmaster are up to something. And the book starts out, one, Spider-Man is narrating far too much. There is too many words. Too many words happening on the page. The writing there needs to be somebody editing this and chopping it down. All the dialogue is cutesy and dumb. So it starts out with this guy running away from the Vulture. Apparently he stole some money. All of this Spider-Man text, this is Spider-Man narrating, completely worthless. Just throw it out. You still understand the story by looking and seeing and hearing dialogue. All of the Spider-Man narration doesn't need to be here. So, the Vulture, this guy apparently stole from the Vulture. Vulture picks him up, he's going to kill him. And then apparently, the stain on this guy's shirt starts talking. And the dialogue is absolutely stupid. As you've no doubt noticed, your former employee hasn't done a load of laundry in some time. We were left here to fester, grow, and somehow evolve. We achieved sentience in the year. Wait, what year did that sugar ray fly? I'm going to restart that. We achieved sentience in the year... Wait, what year did that Sugar Ray Fly song come out? Dang, that was catchy. So Black Ant and Taskmaster were sent to capture the Vulture, and that's what happens here. This doesn't feel serious. It doesn't feel like two mercenaries who hurt people for a living and steal things, two violent human beings. It doesn't feel like they're serious. Like, I don't take this seriously. Nothing in this book feels serious. I was about to say I don't take any threats in this book seriously, but there really are no threats in this book. There's no tension or any real conflict here. It's obviously building towards something. Again, there's no need to explain all of this. Just by using the visuals and the dialogue, all of this narration can be taken out. All of this is backstory. And I guess it's backstory that's there to show why Boomerang is living with Peter and what's going on with Boomerang, because he's integral to the story. It's just the story is really dumb. So Peter's in his apartment. He's fooling around with MJ. Boomerang's there because he's a roommate of Spider-Man for some reason. I don't know why Spider-Man wouldn't reject him outright as a roommate. That only seems like the sensible and reasonable thing to do when a known murderer is moving into your place. So Fred's a doofus and a goofball, and Spider-Man's going to chase after him because he knows he's a criminal and he's only eventually going to turn back to the way things happen. So he follows him and he finds him here playing poker with a bunch of other supervillains who are in their costumes playing poker. There's an episode of Batman the Animated Series that does this way better. I have no idea why, and all the dialogue is stupid cutesy crap. Holy crap, let me read this to you. I'm down here. Hey, don't make fun of the rules. You remember how bad stuff got before we had the rules? And then the chick says, I remember Boomerang and Shocker needing to go to couples therapy, if that's what you mean. And how did that make you feel? The therapist asks. Locking me in a car trunk and pushing me off a bridge. Pretty fucking bad, Doc. Like, these are people who go out of their way to hurt people for money and power. They take things from people by force. Surely they have better things to do with their time. Like, surely they have better things to do with their time. They're criminals. They should be out being criminals. I don't need to see any of this at all. All of this is stupid. Like, one, if you're going to go and play poker with a bunch of villains just to play poker with them, like you're not going to go out and commit crimes, then why dress up? You know? Just go play poker. And on top of that, nothing here really happens that is, at least at this point, significant in the story. And there's no tension. There's nothing going on. There's no tension here. There's the old phrase, cut to the chase. And that's what this comic book needs to do. There's a lot of filler here that can be removed. So I'm going to skip a few pages because I got to, I think, for copyright. Hold on. I have to show this page. So Boomerang finds out that that Peter Parker was Spider-Man's former photographer, and he knows a lot about Spider-Man. So he takes Peter to the bar with no name, where it's a bunch of characters in costume who are hanging out. It's like the Villain Pub on How It Should Have Ended. Like, Villain Pub is a joke. Like, the joke is that all of these villains are hanging out together talking. And now this is if this is supposed to be a joke within the context of the story, it's awful because the entire series thus far is just one giant joke. There's no tension, there's no seriousness happening here. And it sucks. Spider-Man comics used to be so damn good. Go back to the 80s when they were crime comics. But anyway, so Boomerang takes Peter to the bar with no name because they're having a Spider-Man trivia night with the Answer as the host. I believe the Answer died. So the Answer, I believe, died in an issue of probably Spectacular Spider-Man, because Black Cat was in that issue. And it had Silvermane in it. And I remember that issue specifically because there's a panel where Silvermane, he's a cyborg, he's picking up a dude and he's hitting another dude with that dude. And I see that and I'm always like, holy shit. Silvermane's beating one motherfucker with another motherfucker. Because it's just a great panel. It's just Silvermane with a dude over his head holding him by a leg and just beating the other guys. But anyway, I thought the Answer was supposed to be dead. Unless it was one of those things that was retconned in that One More Day storyline. But anyway, it's dumb. There's nothing going on here. Peter shows up. He overhears that something's going to happen somewhere. He starts answering questions. He wins a bunch of stuff. I don't think I can show anymore. But the entire thing ends... Because of copyright, I can't show anymore. But the entire thing ends with Wilson Fisk wants to hire Boomerang on to be like a protector of the city or something. Because Boomerang did something heroic in a previous issue that I don't know because I didn't read the issue. And Boomerang rudely refuses, so Fisk puts out a hit on Boomerang. More or less. And everyone in the bar turns on him. So I mean, this book has too many words, and it's got too many stupid, goofy, cutesy stuff going on. There aren't horribly made jokes at inappropriate times, but most of this story can just go. This is not an interesting story at all. It's so sad. Spider-Man had some really great stories. If I find some in the, I don't have my comics with me. They're put away. But if I ever find some in the dollar bin, like some old Peter David stuff, or maybe a few of the Al Milgrom stuff. Al Milgrom? Wait a minute. Al Milgrom was the penciler. Bill Mantlo. Some of his older comics. Because there's one with J. Jonah Jameson I want to find and do a video on. Because it's very good. It's hardly any words in it. It focuses on JJ. And Spider-Man's like in the background. But if I find that one, I'll definitely do a video on it. Because it's a damn fine story. But this is just lame. I'll give him Nick Spencer this. It's clear that he's setting things up and he's building towards something. It's just, everything is dumb. Like, you gotta, just because you have an idea doesn't mean that the idea is necessarily good. I mean, you can make an idea good with exposition or with execution. Like in this one, they had that poker game with all the villains, and it was stupid because it's just cutesy crap that they're talking about, and it sucked. But then there's like that episode of Batman the Animated Series called Almost Got Him, where all the villains are sitting around telling about stories about how they almost got him, and it's really good. But it's the whole episode, and the only reason that it's good is that it never loses its tone. It's got a good tone, where it's slightly humorous, but there's a seriousness to it, and it's a part of the overall story. Like, it's not like there's an ending to it. Like, there's a reason that you're watching it. If you haven't seen that episode of Batman the Animated Series, Almost Got Him, check it out. It's pretty dope. It's probably the best episode. Definitely one of my favorites. But anyway, please subscribe. Come hang out with me. Talk about comics. I like learning things. And also, you can check out my other channels, Video Games TV and Strange Cities TV. Anyway, take care. Bye.